player personnel with UNLV football. Our head coach, Marcus Arroyo, and I are super excited that you guys can come. Thank you to your coaches who did this setup. I know a lot of you guys came from a long way, so we didn't come from a long way, a little closer, but anytime that we can have young athletes come in and see our building, learn about UNLV, learn about the school, learn about the process of just kind of finding a way to get a college education and continue is really important. So I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody for coming. Like I said, I know you guys had a busy couple of days. We've got this day coming up in the next couple as well with the game and everything. This is a Fertitta football complex. It's a $40 million football-only facility. It was built in January of 2020. Obviously, as you guys know, opened in January. Coach Arroyo came down from the University of Oregon. He was the offensive coordinator for 3 years. Coach Penny Sewell, Coach Justin Herbert came down here, and obviously COVID hit in March. And so as soon as COVID hit in March, the whole building was obviously closed, right? The recruiting closed for the high school guys. So this building is 2 years old, but it's basically brand new. It really is just operational for the first time since June, for about 6 or 7 months. Everything you need for our guys are in this building: academic services, meeting rooms, training tables, weight rooms, players' lounge, locker rooms, anything you need will be in this building. So we're going to kind of walk around. After this, we'll do a campus tour as well, kind of let you check out campus, learn a little bit more about UNLV from obviously the educational side as well. If you have any questions, coaches, if you have any questions, anything I can do, please don't hesitate to ask Amberly. One of our recruiting assistants is with us as well. A couple of our guys will be with us. So don't hesitate to reach out. With that, we're about to start for.
Suck it up, you understand me? All right, we got a guy that just came here from last night. That was with us last night. He already got it already. All right? Fuck it, let's go to work. You understand me? Someone think about it. Yeah.
Hey, D, let's try to move faster in the case. Once y'all hit a call, let's move a little bit faster, right? We think we're going to do all this work, like organizing all this. Make sure we got the phone down. Let's talk.
As you guys are heading into the weight room, kind of tell you a little bit about our structure, kind of what our day-to-day life looks like for our athletes. You can see right now the weights are kind of scattered all over everywhere. There's going to be 2 reasons for that. So the first reason is obviously it being Friday, we just finished our workouts, our winter conditioning. So they're going to come in, they're going to disinfect everything, they're going to clean everything. And then the second thing is we've got some Saturday school guys who like to call us. We'll come in here tomorrow at 5 a.m. and get busy cleaning. That's kind of why some of the weight room is, you see the way it is. We're a morning operation. You can see behind you we have our 2 practice fields. Offensive field will be to your left, to your defensive field will be to your left. Offensive field will be to your right. So we got 2 different field setups for the guys. We're a morning operation, so we're normally in the building between 5:30, 6 a.m. First thing we do is we feed the guys down in our fueling station and start our team meeting at 7 a.m. So team meeting will start at 7. Special teams, then you go into your position meetings for the day. So we go normally about a half hour or so, and then we're normally on the practice field by about 8. We go from about 8 to 10:30. We have lunch after that, and then they have class from 11 to 5 o'clock is our academic window. So there's no meetings, there's no lifts, there's no anything. It's 100% academics. Then the guys will come back after that 5 o'clock window. We'll feed them again, and then we'll have night meetings as well. So that's kind of what a basic day looks like. Obviously, it'll be different depending on what time of year it is. Is it spring ball? Are you in season? Are you out of season? But that's kind of a basic day. But you can see, obviously, to have a facility like this is super lucky. This is one of the best facilities on the West Coast. And you'll see a lot of different things today that are impressive, right? They're new and they're shiny and they're clean. But the real thing you got to ask yourselves, guys, as this journey just starts for a lot of you is what are the people in the building like? What are your relationships with your academic advisor? What are your relationships with your professors? Are they setting you up to have success, not just as an athlete, but obviously academically as well? So as you guys kind of go through the process, obviously, a lot of young guys here today, but that's something you got to ask yourself, and it's something that's really important. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk through this way, through the fueling station, and head into the locker room. Just watch your step, please, as you're stepping by.
That's how you stop the option.
Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. So you can see right here, guys, is our locker room setup.
Junior, senior.
What's super unique about Las Vegas, what's super unique about UNLV is it's an international city. You've got people from all over. So on our team, you've got players from Alaska, Iowa, South Carolina, New Orleans, Hawaii, Texas, obviously California, Arizona, Utah. So if you take a look at some of the nameplates around as they're getting changed out, you'll have your state flag with it, which is really important to our guys, where to represent where you come from, but then also to meet people from all over. And so that's the beautiful thing about college, is you're going to meet people from all over the country, from all over the world. So it's important to make sure that you take advantages of that, because you never know who your business partners are going to be. You never know who your future best men in your wedding are going to be. A lot of that can come from your college locker room. So to make this a good space for the guys to hang out, kind of relax, is really, really important. We just signed a 3-year extension with Nike as well. Coach Arroyo's relationship with those guys at the University of Oregon, with Phil Knight as well. So our Nike contract just got extended as well. So like I said, they take care of you. It's a good deal in here, guys. You got locker room set up. You got your own combination at the top. Charges for your phones. From a gear standpoint, they're always taking care of your uniform combinations. That's a good.
Yeah.
It's a good deal. It's a good deal. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna head it back out the way we came. We'll take a left into our training room. This room right here, guys, is the biggest difference between what you think football is and what football really is. Okay? This is the biggest difference, right? In the youth level and the high school level, guys don't spend a ton of time in here. At the college level, the pro level, taking care of your body before you get injured is key, right? Before you get injured is key. Making sure you're stretching, doing yoga, doing flexibility stuff, strength training, to make sure you don't get hurt is a huge, huge step. It's the biggest adjustment for our guys in high school and college, is making sure you're taking care of your body beforehand. Because in college, you miss practice, you don't play. It's bottom line, right? Because we don't practice very much, right? You play on Saturdays, what it look. Sundays recap, Mondays player day off. Tuesday you practice, Wednesday you practice, Thursday for us is walkthrough, Friday's Fast Friday, you play on Saturday. Right? So there's just not a whole lot of opportunities. So the difference between the guys that have really long college and really long NFL careers are in this room taking care of their body and doing everything the right way. We'll head back out this way. Amberly, if you could take it, we'll go to the left and we'll work our way up the stairs. We'll go through our players' lounge, we'll cut through here and then take a left. Come on in and have a seat, fellas. Come on in and have a seat.
Uriah!
you got to take ownership of you. You got to take ownership of you. You all knew where to sit. Right? There was like 5 or 6 dudes that did it. Right? You guys know where to sit. You know what's right and you know what's wrong. You know what practicing hard and not practicing hard is. You know what doing well in school is and not doing well in school is. The problem is a lot of times, because there's a lot of people around here, because football is a big sport, right? There's lots of people. It's not tennis, it's not golf. It's really easily to just do what everybody else does. But if you do what everybody else does, you're going to get what everybody else gets. And so if you want to play Division I football, you want to get a scholarship to get your school paid for, you want to graduate college with a degree, you want to maybe play in the NFL, you want to be a business owner, or you want to be successful, you got to do what's different. You got to be different. Or you can't do what everybody else does. Because you know what everybody else does? They sit in the back. Right? Just like in life, they sit in the back. They go to their jobs 9 to 5, kind of just do whatever. Right? Just kind of do whatever. Just something to think about when you guys, because next year, big summer, for a lot of you go to high school next year, it's a big jump. So your first day of high school, you're going to be the cool guy in the back. You're going to be the guy that sits in the front because you know what's right. Right? Same thing, practice. You're going to be the guy that walks out there. Coach Arroyo calls it 59-59. Does everybody know what that means? Right, if the meeting's at 8 o'clock, someone walks in at 7:59 and 59 seconds, right? Are they late? No, they're not late. The meeting doesn't start till late. They're not late. But is that what starters do? Is that what all conference guys do? Is that what players do? Right, you know that. And that's what you got to ask yourself, right? So as you guys go through this process, that was an awesome example. Right? First time for a lot of you in a college facility. Use it as a learning experience and figure out, okay, what do you want to do? If you do what everybody does, you're going to get what everybody gets. Right? If you want to be special, if you want to be different, then you got to be different. And what's awesome for a lot of you guys is you're super young. You've got lots of opportunities to see a bunch of schools, right? Colleges, whatever. I mean, D1, NAIA, junior college, I mean, it don't matter. We got tons of guys. Right? I started in FCS. I wasn't a Division I recruiting guy right beforehand. I played out of a small school. Right? So that's what you got to ask yourselves. If you do what everybody does, you're going to get what everybody gets. If you want to be different, you got to do stuff that's different. And you're going to look up, and your high school career is going to be like that. You're going to look up again, your college career is going to be like that. And you'll be 24 years old, and then you can say, oh wow, now what? Because right now you got parents, coaches checking in on you, right? Hey, don't be late. Bus leaves at 8 a.m. Make sure you got your blue hoodie on. Don't forget your cleats. Right? When you're 23 years old, guess what happens? The phone don't ring. You're late, then you get fired. That's it. Right? So take these opportunities to learn and to gather information and to really take advantage of what your coaches and what your parents, what you guys are doing this weekend is super special. Like Pro Bowl, East West Shrine games, facilities, Allegiant Stadium's a $2 billion stadium with a B. With a B. How many 8th graders you, right? Are you all 8th graders, right? How many 8th graders you think ever been in that stadium? Not very many. Right? Billion with a B. Right, so it's cool. It's an NFL stadium. You guys had an awesome deal. Coaches, again, I appreciate you guys for kind of setting this up. We're going to kind of finish our tour and stuff, but like I said, it's a great learning experience, right? If you do what everybody else does, you're going to get what everybody else gets. If you want to be different and get something different, then you got to be different. You got to do different things. Right, look at the Super Bowl right next week or 2 weeks or whatever it is. Right, look at some of those dudes. Right, if that's what you want. Right, if that's what you want. You think Matt Stafford sits in the back? You think Burrow sits in the back? You think Burrow, when he transferred from Ohio State to LSU, his first meeting, he sat in the back? Hell no. And now look at that. Now look at it. So like I said, I appreciate you guys coming. It's an awesome experience. What we'll do is we'll follow Amberley out to the right. We'll check out our dining hall, finish the rest of the facility, and we'll go on campus later.
All right, man, let it go.
Building, right? The number one room, the most important room in this building is the weight room we were just in. Right? The second most important is this room. We got a great setup here. We're extremely lucky. What our administration and Coach Arroyo set up for our guys. UNLV is the number one hospitality school in the entire country. And within that hospitality school is a culinary arts department. So we have 2 full-time chefs, Chef Sean and Chef T, who cook for our guys every day. So breakfast and dinner will always be in here. All you can eat, take care of the guys, and then during lunch is part of their scholarship check. So when they're out on campus, they can kind of do their thing. But we got a full-time nutritionist. She has 2 assistants. Nicole's her name, to work underneath her to make sure our guys are taken care of from a sports nutrition standpoint, right? You can't compete at the highest level without taking care of your body in the training room, building your body back up in the weight room, and then refueling your body in here. So this is a great setup for our guys. Obviously, TV is kind of a cool spot to hang out. This is pretty unique for our level. Not many teams have a setup like this. It really makes UNLV special. But like I said, that focus of how are you going to fuel your body going forward is really, really important. You can see on the wall, we have different meal plans for each guy. If you're a weight loss guy, if you're a weight gain guy, if you've got certain food allergies, Nicole and her team will take care of our players, making sure they're set up with the proper diets and make sure they're properly fueled for the lifts and for the runs. So we'll head back out this way. We'll take a right and head to the past the coach's office.